Hello peeps and welcome to Sundays with Sparky. How is it going, my friends? How is it going? It's Sunday again. Here we are, Sundays with Sparky, talking about stuff that's been going on. This last week, not necessarily the last week, but the last few days for certain, just been a bit weird. Been up and down and all around. So Thursday was my birthday. Thank you. And I didn't really do much because it was Thursday. So, you know, and it was my one day off this week from my job. And I spent it just playing GTA and drinking tea, which is perfectly fine. I'm celebrating it more tomorrow on Star Wars Day with my friends. So we're doing Star Wars stuff tomorrow, so that'll be fun. And I need to turn this off. My phone's going off, and I forgot to turn it off. And I forgot to turn it off last time, so I'm going to put it on flight mode. Yes. Okay, go away. Good. Right. Sorry about that. So professional, so professional. Anyway, so I had my birthday, and that was fun. Kind of. And then Friday, I wasn't due to work Friday, but I had to swap my Friday in order to get Monday off. And unfortunately, while I was at work on Friday, one of the members of the club that I work at passed out, and he later died in hospital after having a embolism. There we go. So, yeah, so he'd had an embolism, which is like when the arteries get blocked up, basically. Kind of like a blood clot, but I don't know. I don't know all the details, but I know that we had lots of paramedics there and police officers, and it was pretty horrible because he'd collapsed in the men's changing rooms. I was the only person that could go in there to kind of check on him to begin with. And yeah, so that kind of sucked. So that was my Friday night. Great way to spend your Friday night. And then Saturday morning I was at work again, and then Saturday afternoon, evening, I was just making all of the big deck player videos that I put out on Saturday. And then Sunday morning, which is today, I've been at work and now I'm home, and now I'm doing this. And then later on I'm going to just collapse, I think. It's just been one thing after another. So yeah. Anyway, let's move on to the more light-hearted things. So, big deck player videos, they all went out. All four of them all went out on Saturday. Got all of them done. All the heroic bosses are finished, finally. And next week we can get back to doing normal deck spotlights like we were doing previously to this. So that should be quite fun. I've almost got all the cards now. Almost. Still missing a few. Missing maybe 6 or 7 different cards. So that's going pretty well. Going pretty well indeed. And I've been getting some reasonably good views on those videos, so I'm very happy with that. Also this week we had the very first episode of some Cards Against the Humanity videos, which there'll be another one going up tomorrow, which has myself and Grayson from Broseed to Checkpoint, and Suki and Andres and the Mugumps, and it's great fun. It's really funny. The first one made me laugh so much. So if you haven't seen, if you like Cards Against Humanity and you're not easily offended, then you should go and check that out because it's quite funny. And then on Wednesday we had the very first 3-star challenge in Grand Theft Auto 5 on PC, which was just a barrel of laughs with Suki. I'm going to get a whole bunch of other people to do that with me as well. So that's going to be fun. I might be recording some more later on actually. So that'd be cool. I'm looking forward to doing some more of those. Also, if you are playing GTA 5 on Xbox or PlayStation, feel free to try your own 3-star challenge and see how long you last. Obviously it's slightly different because you won't have me there holding you back, but or if you have any specific tactics that you think people should use, feel free to leave them in the comments section, because you know, they might not know. You might have been playing for, because don't forget, the GTA 5 on PC came out like a year later than the console version, so you console players might have a bit of an advantage over us PC players. But I'm having a lot of fun with GTA 5 still, playing predominantly single player at the moment, just kind of getting my way through that and enjoying the different characters. I think they've done a really good job on it. Grand Theft Auto 4, the characters were a bit, I don't know, they weren't that interesting, and the whole kind of friend system that they had in GTA 4, where you'd get constant phone calls from people saying, hey, we should hang out and all that kind of stuff, was really annoying. So yeah, but I'm really liking the 3 like main characters in GTA 5 and their differences and how they interact with each other. I think is really very good, so I'm enjoying that a lot. Movies, I went to the cinema and saw Age of Ultron again because I enjoyed it. I think the only thing that I wasn't too keen on was that, although it was 2.5 hours, it felt like it was rushed, and it felt like the pacing of it suffered as a result of being 2.5 hours. Because it felt, I think I heard somewhere that, I think it was Comic Book Girl 19 in one of her videos, said that the original cut was 3.5 hours. I would have liked to have seen the cut that was 3.5 hours. I wouldn't have minded. I doubt anyone would have been that bothered about a cut that was 3.5 hours. I would have gone to see that. Definitely. And I think, I mean, the film is good as it is, but I feel like things weren't quite finished. Like, scenes were either cut short or not quite explained, or I don't know, just it felt slightly incomplete. So yeah, I've seen it twice. I mean, the interactions between the different characters was really good. I quite liked the Tony Stark and Steve Rogers thing, because sometimes they get on like they're best buddies, and sometimes they don't. Sometimes they have this rivalry thing, and I think that rivalry thing is always going to be there, because Steve Rogers, the Captain America, is kind of seen as the leader, and Tony Stark kind of probably sees himself as the leader because he's Tony Stark and he's got a bit of an ego, and even with the way that he's changed his life around, that ego is not going to just disappear. He's still going to be there. So I think, I think that's going to be setting things up for Captain America: Civil War, which we'll see in next year or the year after. I don't know. I get confused as to which one's coming next, but that should be pretty good. Obviously, there's a short amount of time that's spent in Africa in Avengers: Age of Ultron. If you haven't seen it, there may be possible spoilers here. I'm trying not to give anything away too much, and we don't really find out too much about the character that Andy Serkis plays. He's only in it for a very small amount of time, but I can only assume that is to kind of introduce Black Panther at some point in the future. Because I know they were originally going to do it with Black Panther being in Civil War, but since they've got the rights to Spider-Man, and Spider-Man was in Civil War in the comics, they're going to use Spider-Man instead. Which means I don't know what's going to happen to Black Panther. I don't know if we're ever going to see Black Panther, or what, I don't know. So that's been my week. It's been a bit of the last few days. but I'm hoping that it's not going to stay that way, because I think that would be bad. I'm hoping it gets better. And tomorrow is Star Wars Day. It's May the 4th, so Star Wars Day tomorrow. It's a bank holiday here in England, so I've got my two best friends who are off of work, and we're going to hang out and watch Star Wars, and I'm going to play with the kids and eat junk food, and it's going to be great, and I'm going to hang out and it's going to be cool. I'm going to have fun. I'm going to have fun. Sorry, this is a bit aggressive. So I'm just going to go now, and I will see you next week. I don't even know if there are any movies coming out over the next week or so that I even want to see. I know Mad Max is coming up, but that's not for like another 10 or 11 days, so I won't be talking about that next week. It'll be something else. Yeah. Okay. See you later. Goodbye.